In a world where Big Brother's web shows dominate the interwebs, each show trying to bring you the next best thing, Nick and Rachel are here to entertain you with all things Big Brother, game talk, competition, backstabs, and the unexpected. Embark on this journey as we bring you the most unfiltered web show you've ever seen. We want the fans to voice their opinions. We want to hear what you have to say. Agree to disagree. We're the Unfiltered Feedsters, coming to you live Fridays at 8, so you better subscribe.
Hey yo, Rachality, Big Brother season's back. You gotta tell them what we've been up to.
Hey yo, that BB Nick Robobot. Let's tell them about our new web show, the Unfiltered Feedsters.
What you know about us? What you know about us? What you know about us? What you know? We're the Unfiltered Feedsters coming to you live Fridays at 8, so you better subscribe.
What you know about us? What you know about us? What you know about us? What you know? We're the Unfiltered Feedsters coming to you live Fridays at 8, so you better subscribe.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Unfiltered Feedsters presented by the Big Brother Insider. I'm your co-host Nick.
And I'm your co-host Rachel.
And what a fucking stupid, pointless fucking week this was in Big Brother. This fucking bullshit got me pissed off. Like, really? Really, Shelly and Clay? You couldn't do your fucking job? You had one fucking job. Fucking stupid asshole.
And I thought I was going to be the grouchy one coming in.
I'm so angry. Everybody fucking knows Jason got fucking evicted. One of our favorite players in the house. Like, are you fucking kidding me? What else do we have? Rachel, what else do we have?
Meg and Jason. I mean, not Jason. Crap. We don't have Jason. We have Jackie.
It's really hard. Like, last night, every time I go to tweet, I'm like, Jason and Meg. And I'm like, no, it's James and Meg.
Yes, it has been a very difficult week in the Big Brother house. So last Thursday, we had a knockout competition where they played songs and they had to determine whether it was HOH, BOB, and Veto. Jackie and Vanessa ended up winning, and Vanessa chose to go face off with Jason, who had helped her study the night before, which was kind of shitty of her, but whatever, that's what she chose to do. There was really no takeover this week, and when they sat down to discuss their plan, the plan was to backdoor Austin all the way. Vanessa didn't want to remain HOH. Jackie wanted to, so the plan was flawless. That night, they had chose their nominees and everything. Jackie decided to nominate James and Liz, and Vanessa nominated Clay and Becky, with James throwing the competition and Clay and Becky supposed to win the competition. So James actually made it very obvious that he was trying to throw the competition, and Liz and Austin basically knew without 100% knowing. And Clay and Becky did kind of bad at the competition. They couldn't figure out names, couldn't figure out how to spell them. We heard later on the feeds that the beefcakes, as they like to call them, the people above the competition on the roof, the production members, were giving them, like, basically trying to lead them to the guessing correctly because they had been out there running for so long. And James and Liz ended up winning the competition. Liz basically won it by herself, which then Jackie got dethroned, and Vanessa was the final HOH with Clay and Becky as the nominees.
Crazy. Moving into Veto. Our Veto players were Clay, Shelly, Becky, John, Vanessa, and Liz. It was a nutty competition. As your host, we had Jason, and the whole factor around the competition is, like we see almost every season, they have basically a pointed balance beam, and they have to throw the ball up and it comes back down, but they have to run back and forth to each side, and they have to throw it back over, and they had to get to a 250 count. And if your ball drops, you have to start all over again. It's actually one of my favorite competitions because it shows endurance and it shows skill, and it's just really interesting to see who has the endurance in them to run back and forth. And the plus side, the house guests did look cute in their little squirrel costumes. We had Clay as the veto winner, and he was on the block, so it was more so of him needing to win this to ensure his safety. We had Becky next to him, and Becky could have taken it could have taken the competition, and somebody else would have been renamed a nom, and Clay could have been taken out this week. So in his best favor, he won and saved himself, which, yeah, so that's a thing. Vanessa told Austin that she was going to backdoor him after everything happened with Veto, and she told him that he was playing a stupid game and that he made stupid decisions. The whole time, Austin is saying, Jason did this, Jason did that, just throwing him under the bus repeatedly. And Vanessa's like, you're the one who made stupid game moves. But somehow he pulled it out of fucking thin air. And the new nominees was Jason. So we have Becky and Jason next to each other, and Jason having to campaign to save his game. Going into Thursday's HOH, which was last night, they had...
I do want to mention that James, Jackie, Meg, and Jason, they were all blindsided. They had no idea that Austin was not going up. None at all.
It definitely took a toll on the house guests. It took a toll on America. Even though we're able to sit back and watch it happen, you don't want it to happen. It's definitely hard to see people that you're rooting for take a hit like that. Going into Thursday, Jason was evicted. Julia wound up coming into the house, so the game was reset. So what that meant was Julie said that there's no more Battle of the Block. Was it really clarified that there won't be a Battle of the Block the rest of the summer? No, but can we guesstimate that it's not going to happen anymore? Yes. So as the competition was, it was called On the Edge, and they were on the wall. Love seeing this competition, even though, it's repetitive season to season or whatever. It's nice how they can change the design and, factor in new things. So they were all hanging on the wall. They had eagles come down and hit them like above the abdomen, which was not fair to the ladies because ladies have chesticles and that shit hurts. I agree with the girls saying that they should have had ones aimed a little lower for the guys, but shit happens. And during the whole competition, I think it lasted about 2.5 hours.
No, it was a little over 2 hours.
A little over 2 hours, and it came down to James, Shelly, and Johnny Mac. James threw it out to Johnny Mac that's saying, "You're safe. You have nothing to worry about." No deals were thrown to Shelly, and you can just see it in Shelly's face, like, "I'm fucked." It came down to Shelly going, guys, she gave this queen of the fucking HOH speech. Guys, I've been up here twice already, and I really want to see you guys win it. And I want to see your family and stuff. So,
No, she said that she wanted to see James's cat. And then she goes, and I want to see Bailey.
You're right. Coming from the girl that got a fucking letter from her dog. I'm sorry.
That is true.
It is true. So she said that she will drop as long as her safety is put out there, that she's going to be safe from James. And she also said that there's no backdooring, also her safety with Clay, and that there's no backdooring with that. James does agree on that. She doesn't throw anything out there about Vanessa, which it's understandable because you really don't want to blow up your game spot. But at the same time, I kind of felt like, damn, that was a hit towards Vanessa. So,
well, the thing is, if you're going to make that deal, don't keep Clay safe. Keep yourself or keep Clay and Vanessa safe.
Exactly.
And she had to just blurt that deal out. She couldn't ask everyone to go inside so she could make the deal. She had to blurt that shit out because she was falling off the wall.
I mean, we're also talking about people who really don't watch the feeds 24/7. So we're talking about these people that don't know what happens during endurance competitions, that house guests will be like, can you all go inside? And then they will talk amongst themselves. So it came down to James winning the HOH and so-called deals made that he will not backdoor Shelly or Clay. We'll get to that later.
Or nominate them.
Or nominate them. I'm sorry, or nominate them. So again, no Battle of the Block. James is the first HOH. Well, is the only HOH.
And let's just say that I have got 3 hours of sleep today. There was no sleeping last night. They were literally up until, I want to say, like 5 in the morning. They went to sleep. DR woke up, Becky and Meg, and then James went downstairs to talk to Meg. So then I had to listen to that conversation. I didn't go to bed till like, what was it, like 8 this morning? Something like that. Got 3 hours of sleep, and now I'm here. So I might be a little grouchy today, people. I can't help that. It's what happens when you don't get sleep around here.
We're in Big Brother season. What is sleep?
Yeah, I told someone the other day, I was like, I can sleep when I'm dead.
No, literally, we're going to be dead soon.
So moving on to what actually happened this week instead of just a normal rundown. Whenever Jackie and Vanessa were discussing their noms, Jackie was like, they decided Jackie stay in power, Vanessa would be dethroned, someone would throw it on Jackie's side. Okay. So they, Vanessa's working with Shelly and Clay. Vanessa said she's going to have to put Shelly or Clay up. And Clay said, well, I'll go up as long as Becky agrees, because Becky's looked at as the strong competitor in the house. So Jackie got Becky to agree to go up if Clay went up. So they both agreed to go up on Vanessa's side because they are supposed to be the winning team. They are supposed to be safe. And after that was decided, it was Shelly, Clay, Vanessa, Becky, and Jackie. They were all in on this plan. They bring James, Meg, and Jason up as a trio, Vanessa and Jackie did, and basically sit them down, and they're like, look, we have this plan. This is what the plan is, and I need one of y'all to go up as a pawn and throw it against Liz. Jason did not want to do it at all because people would vote him out up against Liz if that came down to it. Meg, she didn't want to go up because we all know Meg's an emotional wreck when she goes up as a pawn. So then James was like, okay, well, you know what? I'll do it. Plus, James had put Jackie up, so it looked like they were even. That's all. Jackie's noms were easy. James and Liz put her up. That's it. So they all came together and they decided to make a final 8 deal. They were going to be the final 8. And James is like, well, why don't we call ourselves the Dark Moon? Because all these people, like, these were all the people that Audrey had been trying to split against each other. And Dark Moon, Audrey tried to make the word Dark Moon happen. So that was how that whole thing unfolded. And once Vanessa got dethroned, or once Jackie got dethroned and Vanessa stayed HOH, Vanessa felt like the plan was out the window, which didn't make any sense because she looked James, Jason, and Meg in the eye, shook their hand, and said, even if I'm up here, this is still the plan. So it makes no sense to me why she went back on it.
I don't understand. I just don't understand how you create an 8-person alliance and you all have a plan to roll with. And then in the flick of a dime, you let it crumble.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget to mention the fact that she literally said that she would get a Dark Moon tattoo because she was so excited for this final 8 deal.
When I heard that, I laughed. Like, are you kidding me?
Like, that baffled my mind.
Her word, she said from day one that her word is everything and she doesn't go back on her word. The fact that you turned your back on so many people, like, that literally kills your credibility in the house. Even though you have other people that you're working with on other sides of the house, but with those people, they can come in power, which, spoiler alert, they did. And now you can be fucked.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty, I don't know, it's fucked up, but whatever. They did it, and there's nothing that we can really do. Vanessa told Austin that she was going to go up, or he was going to go up, and he was going home. And that was when Austin decided to throw out there that Jason did this, this, and this. And then Shelly and Clay were like, you know what, we need to keep Austin because he's a number for us. And Austin was like, you know what, if I'm in the final 2, I'm telling everyone in the jury not to vote for me, blah, blah, blah. So that's basically why they decided to not backdoor Austin, because Austin was just throwing all these things out there. And Austin,
throwing stuff out there, just, he took a conversation that he opened up himself with Jason about the twins, Austin letting out the twins' name the twin name Julia to Jason, the person that from the time Dave was there went around and spread it out that there's a twin in the house. He gave out that information. That's betrayal, number one. You're supposed to be really close with Liz in the house. Do you think that it's okay to betray your closest ally in the house? But you took that information that you told Jason and you spun it to make it seem like you weren't the one that told Jason that, oh, Julia has to go so I can get closer with Liz.
Yeah, that's the whole fucked up situation, because Austin clearly said that he was okay with them targeting Julia and leaving Liz. He just wanted to get to jury with Liz, blah, 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 blah. And then he started saying that Jason said this, Jason said that, Jason cornered me, blah, blah, blah. But they still don't believe that that's what actually happened. They still believe that Jason was telling the truth about that. But they just looked at Austin as a number on their side. And that's why Vanessa decided to go after Jason. And
not to cut you off, in which that whole number was brought up by Shelly.
Yep.
The ringleader.
Dun, dun, dun.
The second, and I really do feel like after the second HOH that she won, I feel like her empowerment kind of went to her head, honestly, because she's now the ringleader of everything. She's telling everybody what to do, when to do it. And she's pulling people left and right and basically ran Vanessa's HOH. Shelly got completely what she wanted, but she wants it to turn around and be like, oh, I didn't do it. It was all Vanessa or these people or whatever. Like, what?
Yeah, it's I don't understand Shelly. Another thing is Shelly and Clay tried to play both sides of the house. They tried to tell James and Jason that they were down with them. They tried to tell Vanessa, the twins, Austin, that they were down for the Sixth Sense Alliance. Like, they are trying to play both sides of the house. And you want to know what? This whole backdoor Jason shit got their ass outed to everyone. They now know that Shelly is playing both sides of the house. And guess who's in power this week, bitches? James is. So don't be going up there trying to suck his little dick and try to get in with him. It's not happening. He ain't stupid. Just don't even try it. Don't go park your ass up in the HOH, because it ain't happening. You can stay down in the nightclub room and suck Clay's dick, because it ain't fucking happening this week. Rant over.
They had the chance. Jason, Meg gave them the chance to vote with them, to take over the numbers. You had a sweet deal. Jason would have won this endurance competition. It's a fact. He would have won. And you would have been sitting pretty. None of this would have been, your downfall of your game wouldn't be happening. By the way, just a spoiler alert, if you don't want to know, click off, but here it is. James nominated Shelly and Clay. Their downfall of the game is happening as we speak. It's absolutely one of the most amazing feelings in the world.
Okay, I just want to put this out here because I'm scrolling through Twitter and Davon is so fucking hilarious. She tweeted, she was like, I know it's hard to be separated from your child. That time away from Cadence was hard. Talking about Shelly being separated from her child, aka Clay. That's fucking great. But yeah, I think that they didn't realize that putting Jason up was going to try to get, or basically out them to the whole house. And it doesn't help the fact that Shelly and Clay lied about knowing and then decided to backtrack and say, oh, we did know, but we just knew in the last 12 hours. I don't care if you knew in the last 10 minutes, you can still warn somebody about it.
Exactly. Don't let them go out.
Point blank and the period.
Bam.
Shout out to them.
Guys, let us know your thoughts. Comment down below in the comment section. Let us know what you're feeling. Your thoughts on the game so far. Your thoughts on Jason leaving. James coming into power.
Okay, I'm done being rude, but it's great to watch as a feeder that they have been in power for a whole entire month, and now that they're not in power, they're squirming. They are freaking out. They don't know what to do with themselves. And now that they're on the block, as James said earlier, every week they have had someone or they've had a hand in who they put up. They've had a hand in who goes home. They've had a hand in every single cookie jar that's happened each week. And this week they're freaking out because they don't have a hand in who goes up. They don't have a hand in who's going home, and they can't control James like they thought they could. That's why they're freaking out, and it's one of the greatest things to see on the feeds.
Listen, Ken and Barbie, you have been discontinued. Goodbye.
And I'm sorry if I'm hurting any of Clay or Shelly's family, but listen, I don't like them. I don't care to put that out there.
And if you guys like him and you love them, tell us why. We're open for your expression too. We're not one-sided here. We want to hear what you have to say. We
and
get
I'll respect. That's what I want to address. I respect people's opinion if they respect mine. We are an update account. Yes, we update the feeds. I had tried to update on Twitter for 4 weeks without being biased to who I liked and who I didn't like. But whenever someone gets in power for so long and it's the same exact shit that you're tweeting every week, it just gets old and it gets aggravating. So yes, I have decided to tweet biased tweets on our Unfiltered page. Me and Nick run that account. We agreed that we can do that. Therefore, that is our tweets. If you don't like it, hit the block button. Hit the unfollow. We don't give a shit. If you want to unfollow us. We don't care. We love all of our followers, but if you don't like us, we don't want you to follow us and constantly be in our mentions.
It's absolutely one of the most annoying things.
We want our mentions to be people who support us and people who are asking us questions. Because if we constantly have people hating on us in our mentions, we can't answer the people who actually care and actually want to speak with us.
And to break it down a little bit more, when we're talking about this, if you want to talk to us about the game, say you are a Shelly fan and you be like, but this shouldn't have happened because A, B, C, or D. We will talk to you about it. We'd be like, we'll say, well, maybe this, blah, 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 A, B, C, and D. And then, but the thing that happens is when we talk to you guys, a lot of the time you guys are respectful. But then when we're talking about game together between us and the fans, when you come at us crooked and you come at us disrespectful, when we haven't been disrespectful to you, that is when shit is up in the air and we're laying shit out. Don't come at us crooked. Like, nobody got time for that shit.
Yes, it aggravates me more than it does Nick, just because we feel like we work our asses off to tweet all these feeds. Like, we try to do shit for people, and it's just, it kind of feels like some people don't care. Like, one person came at me because I tweeted the have-nots were off food restrictions. And one person came at me because they didn't care about that. If you don't fucking care, then why did you take the time to tweet us back? If you don't fucking care, get to stepping. Scroll on past on your Twitter feeds. I mean, there's no need for it. There's absolutely no need for it.
I just want to give a shout out to Mama Ro in the YouTube comments. Holy shit, Shelly is crying. Even if Rachel just showed her the picture of that, I just think it's so funny.
Yes, Shelly is breaking down the feeds. And I know that this is supposed to be about the whole Jason week, but the Jason week is very emotional for us. We freaking, like, that was a very hard week because it was kind of like losing all hope that the game was actually going to turn out good. And so we're kind of like not really touching on it like I wanted to, but dear God, that scared the shit out of me. But everyone knows that Jason went home and that everyone knows what really happened. I mean, it doesn't matter now because the house has flipped, the power shift has changed, or the power shift has happened. So it's kind of like, it kind of doesn't matter right now.
Honestly, Rachel and I had discussed it that if Jason wound up staying, it was just going to be week after week, them coming at him being on the block, him having to save himself. At this point in the game, yes, it's the game. Yes, we understand that. Don't get it twisted. We do understand that. We understand how the game works. But you know what? If one of our fans, like one of our favorites, are constantly being put up on the block and doesn't know if they're going to survive that weekend, blah, 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 it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It gets tiresome because these people are targeting the same person. Be bold, make big game moves. You want to make game moves? Pull a James and target Shelly and Clay.
That's another thing I want to point out. You know, James, he's kind of he's not a floater, definitely not in no way, shape, or form. But he is more of a person that likes to see the best in everyone. And in the game of Big Brother, you can't do that. And he gets that now, but at first he didn't. And so it kind of like conflicts him when people throw a bunch of bullshit at him. Like, he doesn't really know what's bullshit and what's real. And so whenever he was in power the first time, he took out Jace. That's kind of a big target, but it's week 1, so you don't really know who the big targets are going to be. And so this week, a lot of people were saying, you know, oh gosh, James is in power. I wonder if he's really going to put up Shelly and Clay. And then when James is like, I'm going to backdoor them, everybody's like, well, you can't really backdoor them. Like, no one is really satisfied that James is doing this, I feel like. Like, no one believed he was going to do it until he actually did it, which is understandable because he's been known to flip-flop in the past. But I think this week he told Jackie and Meg, he said, y'all are going to see a different Jace or a different James this week. Like, I don't want y'all to get scared because I'm going to be a different person. It's time to start lying in the game of Big Brother, and this is Big Brother. You can bounce checks. And that's been his motto all week, and I'm fucking loving it. By the way, I saw on Twitter today that James is selling T-shirts, or one of his friends are selling T-shirts or whatever, and all the money goes to charity. And I think the T-shirt sale ends on Monday, so go check that out. We'll retweet the link on our Twitter page, so you can go check that out.
Definitely. I do want to say the last couple of days watching, you know, as Jason was put up onto the block and watching him having to fight for his life, and him as a super fan knowing when to go to battle and want to leave shit alone, I do think he executed it perfectly. Having people go talking for him, making it seem like he's not a big target as he is, having Meg go talk to, you know, Shelly and Clay, saying that she's the puppet master and she controls Jason, and then early Thursday morning, Jason going to talk to Shelly and Clay and basically putting everything out on the table that he knows. You know, it's just, timing's everything in the Big Brother house. And he could have went to them right away. But when nominations happen, and then Battle of the Block was played, and then Veto happened, and then renoms happened, the time span from renoms until eviction, it is anybody's game. The house can flip-flop 172 times. The house may only flip once. You never know what's going to happen in that time span. And too many events have happened in the past to say that it's never going to change. It's going to be what it is. It's definitely one of those things. And there was times when Rachel and I were like, he's going, like, it is what it is. And then there's times like, oh no, his ass can definitely stay. To be honest, you know, he's played a good game as he could. I definitely think it would have been amazing to see him play an endurance comp, because that's somebody that's like he's like a Danny Donato. She can stay on the wall for 3 days.
Oh, Jason was staying on that fucking wall till September.
Oh, of course. And honestly, I would have loved to see that. That's the kind of you know, competitors I like to see that play Big Brother. And I definitely enjoyed last night watching them play for a little over 2 hours. It's like you get to see these people putting their all out on the game, like all out in the game. And I respect that. Even though I say I may not like Shelly as a game player, and I like James more, I was tweeting out last night, like, I respect these three standing up on the wall because they're fighting. Even people before that I respected.
Yeah, and let's throw out there, where did Johnny Mac come from? I was not expecting him to be one of the last three on the wall.
The house guests are really sleeping on Johnny Mac, even though people know about it, and Jason said it to Shelly and Clay that he's winning when it's convenient for him. He's been put on the block, and he's won the vetoes that he needed to. Johnny Mac is going to do what he needs to do to win his game. Yeah, he's going to lay low and act like he doesn't know what the hell's going on, but when push comes to shove, he's definitely a great ally to have on your side because you know he's going to pull a win.
Yep, for sure.
And I do definitely believe it's the same things with the same thing with James. He's at the bottom of everybody's totem pole, but when push comes to shove, he's going to win a competition.
Yep, and we saw where his loyalties lie whenever he nominated Shelly and Clay. They definitely lie with with Jackie and Meg for sure.
Exactly. And honestly, I want to give like props to Jackie during the competition. Even though we're going to be talking about this next week, I just want to give her props because her ass was so stone cold and in that competition. I just want to give props to that. Taking it back to last week's HOH when Vanessa and Jackie won. Vanessa, very stone cold, in it to win it. Like, was not playing around. It was literally like a 0.1, like one, whatever, however you say it, of a second that Jason could have hit that HOH and won it.
I don't think Jason knew the correct one until after Vanessa hit it.
Yes, that is very true. But to think about who could have been nominated and who would have been taken out that week, would that been a game changer?
We can sit here and go all week of who should have been nominated, who could have been nominated, what if this happened, what if that happened. But I mean, at this point, I'm kind of over the whole Jason week. Like I want to erase that from my memory. But we do have a backstab of the week, and I believe that it was Vanessa, Shelly, and Clay backstabbing Jason, Meg, James, and Jackie because once again we talked about it earlier. They did not know at all about Jason going up. It was a complete blindside to them, and so it made great TV, but it also kind of sucks when your people get backstabbed. So yeah, that's definitely our backstab of the week. We do have our super fan of the week. We do have a super fan of the week this week, and it is at Thotties Forever. He will be in our Twitter bio. Nick's going to pull up a picture and his @ name. Go give him a follow. He's constantly tweeting with us, talking to us, and when people come at us, he stood up for us last week, which showed a lot of respect and like of who he is. So I definitely think he's pretty cool. Y'all should go follow him. Do it now.
I'm going to pull up the super fan of the week for you guys. Just in 1 second. Maybe not. Who knows?
Are you really talking to yourself right now?
Yeah, honestly, because it's like, listen, guys, I'm a new owner of a Mac, and I've been a Windows guy, and this shit can get confusing. So take some lessons and learn how to use this shit. Believe me, Rachel hears me bitch all the time about it. Anyways. Let's get this going. Here we go. Look, I found my screen.
Only took a year and a half.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I did try. Does this want to work today? No, it doesn't. All right. Anyways, it doesn't want to pop up. So go to the bbinsider.com, hit the Unfiltered Feedsters tab, and go down to, and then click the Super Fan of the Week, and you'll see all our Super Fans there. Definitely check them out and go give them a follow.
For sure. And our Super Fan of the Week will be in our Twitter bio. So you can go over to that at Unfiltered Feeds and see that. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Unfiltered Feeds and on Facebook at the Unfiltered Feedsters.
Yes.
And speaking of our super fan, he just tweeted us and said, thanks for the shout out. You're welcome. Thanks for being awesome. And also I want to say, we do have a funny highlight coming up, but I also want to say thank you to Nick for sending me my Big Brother key, which I don't have right now. It's downstairs. And he also sent me a few other things. Shout out to Nick for sending that stuff to me. It might have took 2 weeks to get that shit sent, but he sent it. So thanks to Nick for sending that stuff.
No problem. My pleasure. Let's get into the funny highlights of the week. Obviously, it's going to be Jason. You already know.
This whole week is about Jason.
It is. Because, you know what, honestly, without him being in the house, there would have been, like, really no, like, really funny moments. And he's a funny motherfucker. So, Rachel, don't forget to mute yourself. And we're going.
Yeah. How's that for footage, bitch?
I want to know how they're all interconnected again.
Oh man.
We can do it all. Well, actually, wasn't Chad dating Nikki at the time, but is now just having an affair with Jessica?
No,
Didn't we originally start with Chad dating Nikki?
Chad's single from the looks of it.
Oh yeah, tell them the relationship. Tell them the relationship thing. Single, divorced.
Oh yeah. Single.
No, she was divorced. Single.
But in a relationship.
Married, but cheating on her husband.
Divorced.
She was divorced. Divorced.
Yeah, divorced.
Married, but both cheating on each other.
Cheating on anybody.
I think you were. No, let's go back.
Sarah's not cheating on anybody.
She's pregnant. That's the big cliffhanger. We don't know. Because you haven't had sex with Brett in a damn long time. Because he's always too drunk.
And it's just a scare right now. We're like
It's
the
just
early
a scare. It's like you just peed on the stick for the first time.
Like, whoa. Single. Single, but cheating on, but like sleeping with everyone.
Walking herpes.
Single. Yeah. Oh, what are you? Single, but in a relationship.
Widowed. Yes, that was a widowed.
Single.
Married. In a relationship.
Yeah, but single.
Who's Jackie in a relationship with?
Brett. She's with Brent.
She's with Brent, yeah, but she doesn't know that Brent is married because the bitch doesn't do her research.
Oh my god. And then who's
So Nikki's just like, I don't know, he's cute.
7, I wake up in the morning and think to myself, is this real? Is this real? I'm in the Big Brother house, I can't believe this is real. This is really real. Is it real?
Is it real?
I think it's real. Tell me that this is my life. This is I can't believe that this is.
Definitely gonna miss the moments in the house. I was trying to when I was doing that video, I wanted to pull a lot of his the words that he uses in the house, like hookah and foul.
Yeah, just to touch on it, that memory wall thing, like they created, like everybody has their own person, and they renamed everybody pretty much. So if you don't watch the feeds, that was what that was about.
It was like a big soap opera kind of thing.
Yeah. Also, we have some more YouTube comments. Teo, I believe is how you pronounce that. She said, at first I didn't like James because I thought he was hella creepy, but he backdoored Jace and is going to get someone in the 666 Sense Alliance. So yes, James has definitely stepped up his game for sure. She also said that she's kind of glad Jason is gone. If Jason didn't get backdoored, I don't think James would beast mode the shit out of the comp last night. Yes, I agree. I think James was going at it extra hard for Jason because he knew that was Jason's comp, and with Jason gone, he had to win it. He definitely believed that. And she also said the 666. Oh my God, that's so hard to say. The 666 Sense thinks that America loves Shelly and Clay. I just read that on Twitter that Vanessa told Shelly and Clay America loves them and they're America's sweethearts, and I wanted to vomit all over my computer. Luckily, I had it in.
I have my trash can. Don't worry.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on some more YouTube comments.
At Mama Rowe. Oh my Lanta.
Yes, and Thotties Forever, our super fan, said, rest in peace, Jason. He didn't die. He just got evicted.
I had a funeral. Don't tell me what happened.
Yeah, at least he didn't host his own funeral. But yeah, so that's pretty much our show for the week. Thanks for watching. We know we probably don't have a lot of watchers right now because the live feeds are kind of crazy, which really sucks. But we had a show to put out, so we put it out. And follow us on Twitter. We're updating. One of us is all the time. Clearly, this bitch don't get no sleep. Actually, this bitch is probably about to go take a nap. But yeah, just follow us, tweet us, retweet us, favorite us. I'm just blabbing at this point.
Tell your friends.
I'll let Nick close this out now.
All right, guys, we really do appreciate everybody that comes out and watches live. This is one of our most favorite days of the week because we get to talk to you guys one-on-one. Even if you guys watch the video after it's been aired, we really appreciate it. And always stay connected to us on Twitter So make sure you follow at Unfiltered Feeds. You know, we tweet 24/7. And thanks again, you know, just for being you guys. Come chat with us. Let's get into some crazy shit that's going on this week, because this week is going to be a son of a bitch.
Hashtag power shift.
Hashtag power shift. It's going to be an amazing fucking week. So we hope you guys are ready, because next Friday is going to be some shit. So you know what? I just can't freaking wait. I'm so excited. So we've been the Unfiltered Feedsters. I'm your co-host, Nick.
And I'm your co-host, Rachel.
Thanks for coming out, guys. We'll see you next week at 8. Now go enjoy some feeds. It's going to get real good. And go follow us, because we're going to tweet some good ass shit. You better go. You hear? Goodbye.